Hi, TikTok family. If you're just coming on, I do have two readings that were paid for last time, so I'm going to go ahead and do those two today. I won't have any openings today, but if you end up making your payment today, I will be on tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Coast time. But in the meantime, hello. I'm going to get rid of my mint. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Linda. I'm going to grab my water. I have 2 waters today and a green drink and a protein drink. Four drinks. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. It's time to up our self-care. I think we've got a full moon going. Hi, Linda. I'm just waiting. I have 2 readings today. One's for Jen. I think that's your friend, Linda. And then there's another person. I think her name is like Lexus or something like that. I'm doing so much better. Thank you. You're welcome. And for those of you who joined us, was that just yesterday? My days are going by so fast. I'm downloading that and posting it tonight. But happy Friday. People always ask me how long I've been doing these readings. It's been officially all my life, but I didn't know. I thought I was just giving people advice, and I was like, it's just common sense. When I started having premonitions of things that happened after, or my favorite, well, not my favorite, it's not a favorite, but the time where I really knew I had a gift, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, and I had a dream that my friend, we'll just call him Bobby, was rocking back and forth in a fetal position, and I just felt so sick to my stomach. So I called him. I hadn't talked to him for like a year and a half, and I was like maybe 3 or 4 in the evening by the time I got a hold of him, and I was like, I had a dream about you last night, and you were crying in a fetal position, and it was around 3 or 3:30 this morning. Once you tell me you're okay, I'll let you go, and you can just know that I'm just having one of my silly dreams. Hey, Lex! And he said, this is actually freaking me out. I got a call this morning that my dad passed away at 3:30 this morning from a heart attack, and I was too nervous to drive, as you can imagine, so I'm just waiting on my girlfriend to drive me, and she's here now, and I just did one last walk through my apartment, and it's you calling me to tell me you had a dream that my dad passed away or that I was crying at 3:30 in the morning. And he's like, this is kind of freaking me out, so I gotta go. And I cried for him, and I cried for myself because I didn't know what was going on. But then that's at the time, and I believe I was about 26 years old, where I was like, I need to start studying about this, because this is just more than a coincidence, or I just happen to know things. Do you know what I mean? So I've been studying, and I'm 57 now, so I've been studying that long, just to make sure. And I'm never done studying. Do you know what I mean? I'm always trying to find different ways to calm my energy so I can be a better reader for you guys, and up my self-care, and only do readings when I'm high energy, so I can make sure that I'm being a good channel for you guys, okay? So thanks so much. It looks like the 2 people who had a reading who paid previously. Oh, thank you. I feel like I have a baby face also, but there are, hats off to TikTok that there is like a filter already on this, and with my ring light, but as you can see from my eyes today, we're needing a little bit more cover up today, but that's all right. Thank you. Hi, Elena. Hi, Christian. My list will be closed after this. I don't have a moderator. I think Kim has been busy, but if someone can pin, hey, Scorpio, I don't know if you have time to moderate today, or if someone could pin that my list will be closed. I'm going to do Lexus's reading. Oh, Linda's here. There we go. Thanks, Linda. Thank you. Yes, Deborah. Thank you. So my list is closed today. I have Lexus and Jen that paid, and then Christian, but I will be on 5:30 Pacific Coast time tomorrow for anybody who wants to sign up for that. Yes. And then I don't know how to pin those. You do. You know how to do it. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to do it in the order of received for the request. So it goes, oh, thanks. No worries. Linda's here, Scorpio, so we're good. So I have Jen first, then Loxus, and then Christian, you're third. And then the list is closed today. But thank you guys for being here. Without further ado, we'll start. You guys might find that you want to chat while I'm doing a reading. That's why I post this. It says, welcome to my live event. I'm going to do psychic mediumship readings. We don't need to give a donation because my list is closed. Please hold your comments during the readings as my moderators will temporarily mute people in order to keep the chat clear. Okay. And if you're wondering where to sign up for a private reading, my website's right there. Okay. So starting now, as I start to do Jen's reading, if you chat, even if you say like, good job or wow, Jen or something, it doesn't matter what you say, the moderator will temporarily mute it. And that's only because I will absorb any energy from the chat. I'm trying to honor the person who I'm reading. Okay. So thank you guys for being here. Sit back and relax and enjoy the readings. And so Jen, without further ado, I'd like to start off with your reading. And the way I like to do these readings when I'm doing a group reading is to see who you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name, sweetie. I just need to know who they are to you. And this is for Jen. This is for Jen W, right? Jen. Is this the same Jen? Why did I feel like her name was something different? Linda, you'll know, right? Is Jen Bliss your friend Jen? I thought there was a Jen W on here. Hi Donna, I'm doing a reading for Jen right now, so you'll find, if you could read this, not to comment. How long is the list? My list is closed tonight actually, but I will be on at 5:30 Pacific Coast time tomorrow. That is the Jen. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to Jen, and everybody else, I need you to sit crisscross applesauce. Thank you guys for being here, but sit back and enjoy the ride. Okay. Jen, you want to hear from your dad. Jen, can I ask you, did your dad smoke? So your dad's definitely going to come through. Someone else may come through with him. And the first thing is I start to smell is cigarettes. So I'll start to see, hear, and feel things that they show me. Yes, okay. So now I can get rid of that because I was like, I don't want to be smoking. I see 6. So I don't know if he passed on the 6th month, which would be June, or if there were 6 people in your family, 6 siblings, but he keeps showing me 6. Does that resonate with you as I pull him forward? Did your dad not get a chance to tell you how proud he is of you? There's something like, I didn't get a chance to tell her. He comes like that. Whew. And did someone have a stroke or head trauma? Because I immediately feel dizzy. I don't know if you have vertigo or what I'm feeling here all of a sudden when I pull your dad through. This makes me feel whenever I have this like a head injury or someone got in an accident, like, because I feel like I'm like kind of spinning a little bit. So I definitely have daddy here, and then it would either be him that I'm feeling this energy with, or he's going to pull in other people as well. There's something also, no, not on 6. He's actually did tell me, yes, but told you that always. Okay, if he didn't get a chance to tell you something, he's like, I didn't get a chance to tell her. So that's usually their sign to show me that they didn't get a chance to say goodbye, or I didn't get a chance to tell her, because he keeps coming like that. Is there also a Jim? I see like Jim John, but I see a J-I. So you're Jen. Hold on one second. Six. He keeps showing me that. So I have to go back to this. So he either came from a family of 6, like someone had 6 kids, or there's a June reference of somebody's day of month of passing, or month of like a birthday month, but he's showing me that for some reason. Okay, thank you. Are you the first in your family to go to college? Are you the first in your family to get a 4-year degree or your master's? There's something about like education, and they're the first. I know that I'm chatting a lot. I'll kind of calm down and see. And 95% of what I talk about in your readings should make sense. The 5% just put to the side, because your relatives on the other side will help you put those puzzle pieces together, okay? Yes, you have a master's in education. So you're the first to have that. So see, the other things that don't match up, just put those to the side. And your brothers did not go to college. Okay. How many kids are there in your family? I promise you, it's like somebody had 6 kids, or there's like 6 boys and 1 girl. Like there's something like that. Because he won't stop talking about the 6. Did your dad also have his own business or something like that? Your family has what I call entrepreneurial energy. 3, my 2 brothers and I. Okay, that's okay. They show me 6, and I say, no, we don't know. It can also be the 6th of a month. He keeps bringing it up. So that's okay. I'll just put it to the side. Whew. And is there a Jim? If it's not Jim, then I also have another J coming through. Jamie, Jim, here or crossed. No worries. What I find is, she's saying I need to think about the 6. His name is, okay, Tim, and I'm hearing Jim. Okay, that's close enough. But if it's like Henry and George, we don't make that fit. Because I saw the J-I-M, but it's T-I-M. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I understand now. There's one thing about this man, like I need to say, and I don't mean to be like stereotypical when it comes to this kind of thing, but he really loved his family. I don't know how to describe this. Like usually when I see this in readings, it's like moms bringing everybody over to have cookouts. Like, but he makes me feel like all your friends adored your dad, because growing up, people would, and his middle initial is a J. That's why, say the thing that you're going to say. And he liked to entertain people, have people over. Makes me feel like bring all the kids over. You know, some people don't like all the kids at their house because they don't want to make a mess. I feel like your dad, there's something about him. I'm not saying he's immature, but he was like such a child at heart. Does that make sense to you when I say that? And there's something about him loving to have people over and being really proud of his family. Like, yeah, bring the friend, like entertaining. Does this make sense to you when I say that? It reminds me of like the house where all the kids hung out because the parents were so cool. He loved cooking for others and smoking meat for the holidays. Yeah. Like loved it. Like should have done it for a living, but no entrepreneur. Like he could have done this for a living, but he didn't. It was just for fun. Because going back to there's entrepreneurial energy, like it's either like he or his dad had their own businesses, or your mom's dad, like it's a male energy, an entrepreneur, unless you're married and you guys run a business together or something. He's bringing up entrepreneur, but it feels like around a man, so I need to bring that up as well. Okay. No businesses in your family. Okay. If anybody even joked about, I should quit and start and do this for a living, like he's showing me that. So even if it was just joked or talked about, or someone said, you should do this for a living, just know I'm hearing that. Because like nowadays it would be like, Dad, we're going to get you on Shark Tank. You know what I mean? And you can sell the dry rub that you're putting on all the meat. Like it's something like that. So just know he comes through with that also. Hold on one second. Did he pass away from a heart attack? Or did he have, did your dad have challenges with his breathing? Because the more I try to pull him forward, the more I almost feel like I need some oxygen. Like I almost can't breathe. Okay. Lung cancer, that's why. Like it's right there, and it definitely affected breathing because I cannot catch a breath. Do you know what I mean? He makes me feel like a strong person, and yes, I understand, tried to beat this as the best that he could. Do you know if he fell or if he started to lose? Can you tell me again? his balance, because I'm going to go back to this dizzy feeling that I felt at the beginning of your reading. Unless someone has a problem with vertigo or something, there's a dizzy feeling I feel when I'm trying to channel your dad. And it can be just the lack of oxygen, because I feel like I can't get enough when I pull him closer. And there's a July reference as well. Unless somebody's name is Julie, I won't know the difference. I'll hear July and Julie the same. So July being like someone's birthday and or day of passing. Okay, hold on, please. His birthday's in July. Perfect. Okay, because he talks about that too. Okay. Now he shows me 3. Has it been 3 years since he passed away? Did he pass away on the 3rd month? When I ask him anything, if it's like 2.5 years, it'll almost be 3. I keep seeing 3. Like the 3rd month, the 3rd of a month. It'll be 3 years this year. Okay. Thanks, Dad. Now we have it. Because he's saying before, you're like, I'm not sure. Is she reading someone else? And he's like, talk about the masters. And she's the only one that has it. And talk about my breathing. So see, he's coming through very, very clear for you. I'm just going to ask him to move that other energy away because I want to be able to breathe when I'm giving you this reading. Do you also have like a Margaret or Mary, either here or crossed over? And is there somebody who loves, they're specifically like, show me that again. It almost looks like hydrangeas, if not their date. It's like a white flower. I don't know my flowers. Hold on one second. This is in left field. But do you grind your teeth? Does someone have a problem with grinding their teeth, or they have to have like a mouth guard or something? I'm asking him anything else, and all of a sudden my jaw is hurting so bad. So I have to pay attention to everything that comes through. But I definitely see... Oh, okay. Marguerite is your mom's name. Good. So thank you. That would be his way of bringing that up too. And there's something about white flowers. I don't know if this is a white hydrangeas, white orchid, plumeria plant, but I see white flowers. And it would be like someone has these at their house. This is their favorite. You grind your teeth. My mom too. We both have guards. It hurts. Like, did you ever have like TMJ? Okay. TJM, TMJ. Okay. The mouth guard. See, it's so funny. It's like, Dad, tell me something that I'm thinking about right now. Like, I'm holding your wedding ring. Like, say that to me. But they talk about things that had happened. They like have their own agenda, but it's always things that you're going to know. Okay. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. And the 6 can be him, you, or anybody in the family, just so you know, like on the 6th, the 6th month, or their birthdays on the 6th, because he's just bringing that up again. Or like 6 grandkids. Like I know we're not getting it, but he's repeating it again. And that's okay. They will. And they're very patient. Do you know what I mean? Show me anything else. Okay. Okay. Do you have it? Okay. Thank you. Hold on one second. Oh, you have a white flower on your, say I don't have my glasses. You have a white flower on your, for your picture. I don't know if that's your favorite flower. I keep seeing white flowers. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. I don't know if that's your favorite or why I'm being drawn to that, but he keeps talking about white flowers. And usually I ask him about something different rather than your username or a sign. But if he brings it up, he brings it up. Just put it to the side. If it makes sense now, perfect. If not, 95% of what I talk about should make sense, okay? Hold on one second. There is somebody who either had stroke, dementia, or something wrong with their head, and I'm dizzy. So if this isn't your dad, did your mom have this? can also be an accident where they hit their head, but I do have to acknowledge the head, and I feel quite dizzy. I don't know, this is like random, but I hear mariachi music. I don't know if your mom liked mariachi music or why I hear that. I'm trying to pull her forward. Hold on one second also. Your dad says to say thank you. Did you help take care of your dad before he crossed over? Because he tells me to tell him thank you. Your mom has vertigo and she's still alive. Okay, that's why. Thanks, Tracy. That's why. Thank you for acknowledging it. Now it will go away. When he showed me the dizziness and all of that, I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Whew, now it can go away. Now it can go away. But mom is here. Okay. You're taking care of his wife. Okay. Because he's saying I'm supposed to say thank you for that. I'm supposed to say thank you for that. He keeps showing me that as well. Was someone really tan and looked like a Magnum PI, like tan, distinguished, and had a mustache? I usually don't see that, but I keep seeing that. Say the thing that you were just going to say. And I don't know if someone likes mariachi bands, Mexican food, or why I'm seeing that, but I say it. Your dad? Okay. Funny, I usually don't see them, but he's coming through that way. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, you're from New Mexico. Okay. Thank you. That would make sense. I was like, why are you guys showing me that? But it was more like we're with your mom, so I don't know if that's her side of the family. But I literally, when I was like, tell me something about mom, I heard, yeah. Okay. Thank you for saying that. And then the dizziness is your mom has vertigo. Okay. Whew. You might around her, but I do. Even if they have like sodium in there's something about your body not being able to absorb that. So I don't know if she's looked into that or why they're showing me that. We always ate, Mexican food together. It was our thing. Okay. That's just his way of coming through and showing that as well. Did I freeze? Can you see me now? What did I say last time? This is recorded, so it will definitely be over there. No worries at all. I'm channeling, so I'm trying to remember what I just said. Hold on one second. Oh, with your mom. Thank you. They always remind me. Look up POTS, P-O-T-S. Like, I'm no doctor, so just know. But they will show me things that are like it. With her vertigo and the dizziness, have her look into POTS. It's like something, even if they're eating a lot of food with salt, there's something about their body not being able to absorb it or stay hydrated. So just know they're bringing that up. Is your mom quite stubborn or something like that? Your dad's like, she won't listen to it anyway. That is so funny. That is so funny. Okay, one of the things really quick that your dad is making me feel is that you do so much for everybody else, and he's happy about that. It's like you're actually like your dad's mini-me, like your dad's, oh yes, she loves salt and she's very stubborn. Yeah, that's what he says. He's like, she's not going to listen anyway. How do I want to say this the best way I can? Don't overgive. Your dad knows that that's part of you. Whenever I do readings for people like you, I'm like, you're a light worker. Yeah, she doesn't listen. That's what he just literally said that. He's like, she's not going to listen. But light workers and people who are here to like help lift the planet tend to overgive. And he's saying that the more you're going to do for others, the more they're just going to expect that out of you. So I don't know if you're the one in the family that's the helper, but he's making me feel like that. And he's also making me feel like to be cautious about like over giving, because the more you give, the more people are just going to take. And you've been able to handle this for a while. Does it make, yes, that definitely resonates. Okay. To the point now, like where people can do, there are other people in the family that can help take care of things. Do you know what I mean? And pay for things. This doesn't all have to be on you. Don't let other people guilt trip you and like, you're the one with a good job. Do you know what I mean? Don't let them do that. Does that make sense to you when he says that? He's very protective over you. So I don't know if out of everybody in the family, you feel the most like your dad, but he makes me feel like you guys were mostly the same, and he was the helper too. Yes, do you understand what I'm saying when he talks about that? Yes. There's something about not being able to say a proper goodbye. Yes, extremely protective. Yes. So I don't know if this reminds me of the thing like where people are sitting by their yes, hi CB. You might be deleted just because I'm trying to do some readings, but I do my list starts again tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. But it's closed today. I didn't make it in time. We were driving when he passed. That's what I'm feeling. So when he says, I didn't get a chance to say it, it's like, that's you saying like, I didn't get a chance to say a proper goodbye, because we touched on that at the beginning of your reading. And then he showed me a bunch of other things, and I'm coming back to that now, if that makes any sense. So your dad is amazing. I just want you to know he's very much watching over you. I do feel that there's a part that feels like lethargic. So please pull back your energy. Go on a girls' trip. Like start doing things for yourself, because at the rate you're going, he's just concerned that you're going to have like chronic fatigue syndrome, giving too much to others, and he wants you to pull back. And he didn't do this, so he's like, it's like I wouldn't have followed that advice, but he wants you to for you, because you deserve to receive as well. You're worthy to receive, and you can receive as well. Does that make sense? And I don't know if the family, he's showing me money. So I don't know if the family relies on you to pay for everything, but he doesn't want you doing all of that. He doesn't want other people putting that on you. Does that make sense? Okay. So it's time to plan like a girls' trip, he says, like to do something and pace yourself. And the next time someone wants help, let's just say, I can't at this time, but check with me again in 2 weeks or something like that. Just put it on hold, unless it's an emergency, obviously. But he's like, try not to be so readily available for others and more readily available for yourself, so that you're feeling more balanced. Self-care is really important. And this is random. I don't know if you're going to say it again. I don't know if you're going to patent an idea or copyright an idea, or why I see this. They'll show me past, present, and future. And I see like a patent, like it almost looks like blueprints or a patent, unless you just did blueprints to redo a house or something like that. Does that make any sense to you? If you start to come up with an idea, so I'm going to go back to that entrepreneur thing. I think it's with you. If you're the person who's like, I can invent that, I can make that. I watch Shark Tank all the time. I think that entrepreneur invention idea is with you, because I keep seeing it. Okay, so as I pull back, let me see if there's anything else that I need to see. Yeah, he says you're the only sane one in the family. That's why everybody keeps leaning on you. So it really does feel like you're the mini-me of your dad. Like he was a helper, you're the helper, and then you have all these people who need your help. So just be very cautious and pull back a little bit that way as well. Let me see if there's anything else that he's trying to tell me. Yes, that makes sense. So it's so challenging. One, when we lose a parent that passes away, but secondly, when it's the one that we were the most alike, it hits a little bit harder. Do you know what I mean? So keep talking to him, ask him for signs. Sometimes people that we miss the most, we see the least. He says, forgive yourself for not being there on time. You sure are like hard on yourself. Like if I just relive it, if I just would have been able to get there, I would have been able to. And I just want you to know, they do jump sometimes when they see people coming and they're like, I won't be able to say goodbye to her. It's going to hurt too much. I have to go now knowing I'll be able to see her later. So please know, to him, you were there, you were able to say goodbye, because they can hear what's in your mind. You don't need to be like physically with them. Just now when I'm doing the readings for you guys, like I don't need to be physically with you to give you the message. And more importantly, just know once your loved one crosses over, even though their body has dissipated, their spirit is very much still alive, and their spirit is always with you, okay? Hold tightly to the request of a sign. Hold loosely to what that sign is. But he very much is trying to show you that he's around you, okay? I hope this is received well and it brought you some comfort today. As much as I always love TikTok and I'm hoping they record these, sometimes they don't. So I always tell people either screen record it or take notes, because I'm channeling and I will not remember. He did this morning. Yeah. You are in a sense like his favorite. Do you know what I mean? And he sees you working so hard for the family and being loyal like how he was. So he's got your back. He's definitely got your back. And with this kind of love and energy, there isn't anything you can't do. So my goal with readings is to show validation that they're still alive in spirit and watching over you, and to let you know, like, this is their love for you and your love for them. I'm merely the channel. Once I'm removed from the situation, the energy's always, yes, you were the close. That's how he's making me feel. He's like, she's only one who's got her head screwed on straight in the family. So I know that you're the helper, and I know that people lean on you because they used to lean on him, and now that he's gone, they're doing it to you, and which is admirable of you to help. But he's saying that can be very exhausting, an exhausting role to play. So as long as you're upping the self-care and then helping, he's okay with that. But when everything's going out and nothing's going in, back to yourself, he's concerned about that. Does that make sense? Or we're giving a lot out and very little's coming back. Do you understand? That's what he's talking about. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me read you today, Jen. His love for you is immense. And he's always watching over you. Please know, okay? And welcome. I see some of you are sending in a payment. My list is closed for today. You're welcome, Jen. But I will be coming on here tomorrow. If you can give me 1 second. Live in Oregon, and it is all of a sudden very warm. And when I do readings, it starts to get warm. So may feel like we're in a tunnel. I'm going to turn on my fan. We're turning on the fan and we're drinking more water. You're welcome, Jen. Thank you. And for those of you coming on, hi, my name is Julie. I'm a psychic medium. I've been doing readings officially for 2 decades. I absolutely love what I do, in hopes that it comforts other people to know that they can communicate with their loved ones and ask for signs. My goal as a medium is to bring validation and to act as training wheels until you're ready to take off and start talking to them on your own. So it's always an empowerment thing, okay? And if you're looking for a good book to read, this is my book. It's called I Am Home. I know it's backwards, but I was guided to give this reading because so many people had a lot of questions after their readings. And so I put it all together in a little collective book to give you an example of how this happens. You're welcome, Jen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Linda, thank you for moderating. And Alexis, you are next. If you paid for a reading today, I'm going to try to get to you. I do have a reading this evening, so hold on, please. I'll stay on as long as I can today where my energy is high for you guys. I always pride myself in not doing readings when I'm too tired. So I think it's Jen, then Lexus, And then Christian paid for a reading. And if you paid today and I didn't get to you, I will be live tomorrow evening at 5:30 Pacific Coast time, or I'll message you through your form of payment to set up a time when I go live. But thank you everybody for being here. I'm going to start Lexus's reading, and once I do, I'm just going to ask that you guys hold your comments as I'm trying to concentrate on her reading. But I do want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you. So Lexus, you want to hear from your grandpa. Lexus, grandpa. I usually like a different sign from grandparents, but I am seeing false teeth. Did your grandpa have false teeth, or is there a funny situation with somebody's false teeth? Like either like they're blowing a cake and it's coming out, or they'd have them on the side of the bedside, or unless somebody had a lisp, like I feel like I'm talking like this. And are you looking for a house to buy, or is someone in real estate or land development? I see like real estate signs. And this is for Lexus. He did, and I took him to the dentist for it because they broke. Okay, thank you. Like I said, normally I want a different sign from grandparents, but he showed me that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, if this is a story you guys have together, why do I see a for sale sign like real estate? Are you in real estate or land development? Or are you looking for a house or sell your house? I see a real estate sign that says for sale. Hold on one second. Did your grandpa actually build his house? Or someone a carpenter? I can hear that. My mom and dad are in that business. Oh, but I want to buy another house. Okay. That's why I'm seeing it. Thank you. That's just their way of it's just his way of coming through with that as well. Yeah. But did someone actually build their house? Because I keep hearing this song, and I feel like this was on last time I was on here, so maybe it was for you too. It could have been a double message, but the song by Miranda Lambert, The House That Built Me, I keep hearing that song, so I'm trying to understand what he's saying. Makes me feel like this was their house and they built this house. The only other thing I could think is like someone's in construction as well, and that's their way to show me it. He always just did work on his house. Okay, that's why. Thank you. Were you the first granddaughter or something? Because whenever they show me you circled, it's like you're the baby of the family, or you're the first grandchild, or you're like his favorite. But he's definitely circling you. And there's an April reference. It's either April or August. Yes, and only. Okay, that's why. There's an, yes, thank you. Say it again. I don't know if they're saying August, April, or Agnes, if someone's name is Agnes, but I'm getting like a name like that. So it's either somebody's name, like Agnes, like a name that I don't know. That's okay. I don't know all names, so he's just trying to show me like it'll be close to this. So it's either a name close to this, or there's an August or April reference of somebody's day of passing or birthday. I almost feel like I want to say Augie. This is so bizarre. Is this making any sense to you? And this can also be like relatives come forward and they show me who's around you and who's around them. August he passed. Okay. Did he have an accent or something? I was like, he really went to August, and then I heard Augie. So there is a name like that. And it can be like someone's pet that, I don't know. I'm just going to put it to the side. I don't want to overthink it. When I start to overthink it, it doesn't make sense. Okay. Is your birthday in November? I also am being pulled to November for some reason. Antonio is my boyfriend and he liked him. Okay, thank you. I don't know if he has like a nickname, but there was also like that, like Augie. Like I feel like, yeah. So Antonio, okay, and he liked him. Good. I feel like it helped to know too for your dad that when he left you in good hands. Do you know what I mean? But he's like, she is not shy. She wears the pants in the family. She is the boss. Do you know what he's saying? You will speak up for your needs and for your wants. He's really proud of you for that. Do you understand what he's saying? I'm also being pulled to November as being somebody's day of passing or someone's birthday. It's in November because he shows me that also. He knows I'm like my mom. Yes. Do you or did your dad? Not sure about the November? That's okay. Just put it to the side. Yeah. He'll be talking about you, him, or people that he has with him, or people that have been around you, okay? This is random, but I keep seeing a necklace. Like this is my Mother Mary pendant. I found it like by my door. It's a long story. I'm going to make a video about it later. Someone's showing me like a pendant that they would wear. I can't tell if it's like somebody wears a cross, somebody wears a St. Christopher, somebody wears a necklace, or if you have a necklace with this picture, but I keep seeing a necklace with a pendant. Does this make sense to you? Because I feel like I want to do this, and I feel like I want to play with my necklace. I don't have a necklace on. So that's how I know that they're drawing me to that. Okay. This is random, but do you guys have two cats that looked exactly alike? Or are there twins somewhere? He just showed me, like when I grew up with my kids, I had two cats and they were sisters and we called them crisscross applesauce. I don't know why he's showing me something similar to that. And you couldn't tell the cats alike. They were like identical. So I don't know if he's bringing me that to me because someone had two animals that looked exactly alike, or if there's twins that run in the family. But I'm seeing that it would be, unless somebody had somebody named Crisscross Applesauce. It's so funny. There were two white cats. And I have to listen to everything that they bring up, even if it doesn't make sense to me. It should make sense to you, or it will. Like I always say, put it to the side. Does this make sense to you, Lexus? Oh, what does that mean? What does ghosted mean? Not the cats. Were there two animals that looked just alike? Because he's bringing me to that story for a reason. It's like they looked alike. People couldn't tell them apart. And there's no twins in the family. There's something about two people, two animals looking a lot alike and you can't tell them apart. Or somebody's name was Chris. I'm telling you, he just keeps showing me that. But if that makes sense, perfect. If not, like I said, we go ahead and put that to the side. My Nona has a twin in her family. Okay, thank you. That would be why he's bringing it up. Grandma. Okay, thank you. So that's just Grandpa's way of saying there's twins in the family. Do you know what I mean? And he would be bringing that up as well. Okay, hold on 1 second. Did Grandma live with you guys? I keep seeing a family, and then I keep seeing an older lady like live there. Or like you guys took care of her. This is totally random. This doesn't make any sense to me. We were always together but not lived together. Okay. There's something about you guys also like taking care of her. So he's just bringing that up for some reason. This is in left field, but did someone go, did someone do duck hunting? Ducks? Or do you guys have ducks on your property? Anytime I see, hear, feel, or taste something while I'm doing your reading, I know this is for you. I don't particularly, like the taste of duck, but I just tasted it in my mouth. So I'm like, was someone a duck hunter? Or do you have ducks around your property? It won't make any sense to me. It only has to make sense to you. I was like, why are you showing me that? No, not that you're aware of. Just put it to the side. Again, I'm tasting the whole duck thing. That's okay. Just put it to the side. Be on your side, his side. I'm telling you, it's coming through. There's like a duck reference. That's the only thing I can think of. It's like someone's making that. It was his favorite. Do you know what I mean? Just put it to the side. 95% of what I tell you in your reading should make sense. The 5% put to the side. He will help you figure that out, okay? Is there also a March connection in as far as someone's day of passing or someone's birthday? Because now I'm being drawn to, like, I actually just saw March 17th, which is like St. Patrick's Day, but it's either like March 17th, the 17th, or they're bringing me just to the month of March. Did he pass away 7 years ago or 7 months ago? There's something 7. Me and my mom. Okay, March 17th, so March 15th is yours. Okay, perfect. So sometimes I know when they show me things, people are like, what are they talking about? I always say, just write it down, because I have so many people who contact me later and go, oh, my uncle shot ducks and he's crossed over too, but I didn't think about that because I don't ever talk to him. So when you rewatch it, they'll help you put the puzzle pieces back together as far as the reading. I'm going to go back to the pendant thing. Is someone have grandma's necklace? It can be like a rosary, an actual necklace, but it felt to me like it had a pendant on it. So it's somebody's way of saying, I wore that, you have it, or you have this in representation of me, but I still want to play with this necklace still. It's like a pendant. And 7 years. There's something about 7 years. Hold on one second. Say it again. Did someone in your family almost make it to 100 years old? Because there's a song, I don't know the name of it, but it's something about 100 years. I'll message it to you. I can see it in my mind. Something like it's 100 years old. And if they made it till they were like 99 and almost to 100, it's so crazy because I'm seeing that. Oh, he should have. So you, and 7 months could be his birthday. Oh, okay. Is in December. Okay. Because he kept saying 7 months. Okay. His birthday's in December. He was almost 91. So if you guys ever talk about, he could have lived till he was 100, or if there is a point in your life where you guys all said that constantly, like he's going to be alive until he's 100, we know it, he's still active, then he just keeps saying 100 years old, 100 years old. So if that was a thing that you guys always said, but I am going to send you the song. I wrote it down so I can go ahead and email it to you, because they just keep hearing it. So they will send me songs in regards to how they feel and you guys feel about them, okay? I will. Thank you. He's also talking about, really quick, what a go-getter you are. And don't let anybody ever tell you like you're too much or you're too bossy, or like women should sit and not be like that, because you're a force to reckon with. So whenever I do reading for somebody like you, I'm like, there's something about you that you're going to either be the first in your family to do, you're going to have an idea. This is similar to the reading I just gave the other lady. So it's like I'll do, whenever I do group readings, there's always like a theme. It's like they felt like this, and so do you. Do you know what I mean? So there's not a coincidence that that's coming up. This is kind of like all over the place. I'm trying to give you this message. So if you ever felt like you were, yes, going to do something in your family, like you're going to be the first to do it, or you felt like I'm going to invent something, I'm going to create something, I don't know what it is, but I know that I came here to do something special. I get that feeling too. Why am I seeing Charlie in the Chocolate Factory with you? This is the third time. So I don't know if somebody's name is Charlie, if that's your favorite show, or why I'm seeing Charlie in the Chocolate Factory with you, but I am. Does that make any sense to you? It's like he started talking about how that's okay. If it makes sense, we hit on it. If not, put it to the side. If it's not a person's name and it's not your favorite show, then it's like Charlie's the one in his family that gets that golden ticket. Do you know what I mean? He's the one. Your grandfather keeps emphasizing about, yes, you may have a lot of dreams, but they're all over the place, and you don't know how to, yes, you understand that part, and you don't know how to like hone in on it. So if you're the kind of person that has 1,000,001 ideas, write them all out. Do you understand why I'm telling you this? Write them all out. Go leave. Come back and circle the top. Yes, okay. Because I started to do your reading for you and I felt like I'm all over the place. But that was a good thing. Don't let people tell you you're too much or you have ADHD or whatever. I mean, you might, because like a lot of creative, smart people are been diagnosed with that, but that's not like don't let them tell you that's a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? You're also here to create, to invent. It's just, you've got to find just one idea. It might feel like dull, but like one idea, follow it all the way through, and then you'll have another one. Like you really need to watch the movie Joy, where she invents the broom, and then she goes on QVC, and then she's on all these other shows, and she's like this entrepreneur lady who just like, she invents multiple things, and then she's written a book. You kind of have that multifaceted energy where you're like, I want to do that, I want to flip houses, I want to do that. But my advice to you is you can do all of them, and you probably will, but pick one or two of those ideas and follow those all the way through. Do you understand what I'm telling you? What I mean when I tell you that? Okay. Because their concern for you is that you're going to start a lot of ideas and then not follow one through, and then be like, I have a lot of ideas, but I never follow through. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, have the gumption to pick the idea that you like the most, and promise yourself that you're going to see this all the way through before you start another thing. And your grandfather's wanting to empower you, saying like, people may say she's all over the place or she has a lot of ideas. I keep hearing that. And he wants to empower you and say, it's because she's a born leader and she's very creative and she's really smart and she's super intelligent. Do you know what I mean? Instead of saying like, I'm all over the place, I always have a lot of ideas, my mind races, but I never finish anything. He's like helping you reword it for yourself. Does that make sense? We need to reword this. We need, you know how people go like this, like, we need to empower you with this. Like, this is a great talent to have. A lot of inventors, entrepreneurs have the skills that you have. Yes, it does, and it's true. Okay, that's why he's spending so much time on it, because what will happen is when I do readings, sweetie, it's like it's like a triage at an ER. It's like whatever needs to be addressed and paid attention to first, I'm going to go back to that. And I just keep seeing that over and over again. Okay. So I am pulling back. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that he wants me to tell you. I don't know if you text XOXO or hugs and kisses, but that's a really sweet thing to say, and I don't see it in every reading. But as I pull back, I hear hugs and kisses. So if anybody texts XOXO or wrote those or writes those on cards, I keep seeing that. You know how XO is like the letters for hugs and kisses? We always do. Oh, AMO. Oh, AMO. AMO. I'm like XO. What is AMO? That's so cute. See, I don't know that, so that was in my mind, but I see. So what does AMO stand for? See, he says XO, you say AMO. If that's close, then we go with that. But if it's like JK element of P, then we don't. It's I love you in Italian. Because he just kept saying it. See, I don't know that. That's perfect. So now that I have it, if this comes up again in a reading, then someone else. But you always write it like after everything in cards and texting. So see, he knows. Yeah. So sweet. So sweet. Well, thank you for allowing me to give you this reading today. I hope that it brought you some comfort. As I tell people, this is your energy for this is your love for them and their love for you that I'm able to channel. Once I remove myself from the equation, this energy is still constantly around you, sending you love every day, okay? Thank you. You're welcome. I wanted to take a break really quick and see. I think some people paid and my list was closed, but I wanted to see if you're in here. I know I will be live tomorrow, 5:30 Pacific Coast time. If not on here, I will be on my Facebook group. Julie, her comments were getting ghosted. What does that mean? What does ghosted mean? I think we're the only ones in here. Well, how do comments get ghosted? I think you're the only moderator in here. Does ghosted just mean they don't show up? It means you write them down, but we can't see them. Oh, interesting. Whenever that happens for people, I always say, go back out and come back in. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, I always say, go back out and come back in. Yeah. Well, whatever happened, we were able to kind of go back and forth a little bit so that we had some validation. So I'm so glad. So what's going to happen is these are hopefully recorded on this app. If not, I always tell people screen record this reading or make notes right after the reading, because as I'm channeling, I won't remember anything that I've said in here. So people will say, oh, you told me that in my reading. I'm like, I did. I don't remember because it is channeling. It's not like we're sitting here chatting or something like that. So this is the way that they come through. But I am going to get going. I think I have a couple readings tonight, so I was only just going to do those 2 today. I think what I screened recorded. Good. Yeah. And you'll try to find out the 6. Perfect. That's the best way to do it. Yeah. They will help you. Everything you said was smart. She was wearing his necklace to validate it. Oh, Lexus is my daughter. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, this is making sense. What's my Facebook group called? I actually haven't started a Facebook group, although I am putting one together, so you're psychic. But Dino, so what you can do is you can double click on here. Smoking and breathing blew me away. Wow, that's good. I'm so glad. So double click on here. Do you see that? Or just go to Peace-Serenity and it will take you to all of my social media. If I'm not on here, I'll go over there for sure. Thank you, Elena. Thank you. So what happens to me is I'll start to see, hear, and feel things, and it's because they're trying to communicate with me. And I'm so glad you guys are open, because I won't know why I'm feeling this way, but I always equate it to like, it's like we're going to the doctor. Thank you, Sherry. It's like we're going to the doctors, and I'm the doctor, and I'm looking in your throat, and I'm like, oh, so your throat hurts. Like, say, does it hurt here? And you're like, yeah, no, it hurts more like here. I feel like it's like that kind of, and you're like, no, it's not this. I'm like, oh, then it's this. Like, it's playing like detective, if you will, to find out this is the information that they're showing me, like the August thing. And she's like, no, Antonio. I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. Or XO, and she's at AMO, which means I love you. Excuse me. So it's always so sweet to find out where the pieces go. But during your reading, if it didn't make sense on some things, I promise you, I've had so many people contact me after and say, oh, I wasn't even thinking it was this, and so now I know why you were saying that. I felt him. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. He's just a force to reckon with. You guys have beautiful energy around you. I'm so glad you were able to join for today. And I always thank the people who are watching too, because even though you guys are watching, I always can feel you holding space for us when we do the reading. So I want to thank you for that. And moderator Linda, thank you as well for helping with everything. I'm so glad this all makes sense. I'm so glad that messages are well received, and more importantly, that they gave you the proof today that they are still alive in spirit. And that is my goal. And once I do that, it's like for you guys to talk to them and them to talk to you, and just ask them for a sign. If you don't know how this works, I do again have the book. It's called I Am Home. It's on Kindle and paperback on Amazon, but I created that so that people can start to communicate to their loved ones. Even if you don't know, like, I don't know how to do this, just say, Dad, I don't know how this works, but I need a sign from you. Hold tightly to the request, hold loosely to how the sign unfolds, okay? Thank you guys for joining today. I will be on, I think, here on 5:30 Pacific Coast Time or over on Facebook, but if you paid for a reading today, I will message you through the form of payment and tell you which platform I will be on tomorrow, okay? Many blessings to all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Maggie. I want to thank all your loved ones for coming through. And remember, you are never alone. Oh, this is also my only account. I will never message you. There's an account that's really close to me. It's like Julie's Talk to Angels. And so that's not me, and I'll never message you. Okay, I will do that, Linda. Thank you. Much love to everybody. Good night, you guys. Take care.